Hey guys, Jake Huber, Ohio again, coming back at you. We're still going through the Ten Commandments, trying to get them in bite-sized portions so we can understand what they mean today in our lives. If you want to listen to a well-fleshed-out version of this, you can go on iTunes and download the podcast by Andy Stanley. It's called The Sinai Code, North Point Community Church. Trying to gear these towards kids, and they're really practical and applicable, which means we can use them in our lives and we can really do what they say because they hold some serious value. And where we're at right now, we're in Exodus chapter 20, and we're going verses 13, 14, and 15, which is the 6th, 7th, and 8th of the Ten Commandments. And remember, these commandments were given to these people, the Israelites, because God loved them and cherished them, and He wanted to keep the Israelites, His chosen people, and He wanted to keep them free from bondage and slavery. And so He gave them these guidelines to help them live better lives. And so let's take a look at what this looks like today and how it can help us. Verse 13 says, "You shall not murder." This is pretty stupid simple. Just don't kill anybody, right? Well, when you water it down like that, yeah, it's that stupid simple. But later on, if you look in the book of Matthew, chapters 5 through 7, in fact, in chapter 5, right around verse 20-ish, I want to say, He's talking on the Sermon on the Mount. But there's thousands of people, and you're going to hear me pull from the Sermon on the Mount again here in just a second. And He says, you know what? You've heard it said, don't murder, because if you murder, you'll be subject to judgment. But I tell you that if you have anger towards your brother, you'll be subject to judgment as well. In fact, for a person who says to his brother, "Racha," or "you fool," you could be in the judgment of the fires of hell. I mean, this is some serious stuff. Anger has its issues. Now, I know we have people like Adam Sandler making fun of it with anger management, and there's other people who say, "You have issues." I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do, and people are like, "Man, you need to go to anger management really bad." Look, here's the deal. God is saying, Jesus is saying here, and this brings it to modern day, I want to bring in the thought police. I want people to really check what they're thinking, because I want people who are Christians, people who bear my name, to have such a good rapport or such a good attitude about life that I don't even want them thinking bad things. So yeah, don't murder, but no. Let's take it a step further. Let's raise the bar just a little bit, and let's try not even to get angry with each other. And in fact, later on in the Bible, you're going to read where it says, don't even let the sun go down on your anger. If you got a problem with somebody, you need to go straight to them. In fact, in the Old Testament, when they're talking about making sacrifices, which is how they atone for their sins in the place of worship there, very simply, it says, if you have a problem with your brother and you're angry with him, drop the sacrifice, go make amends with him, and then come back. It was that important that there was no anger waiting, because all it does is it sits inside of you and eats you alive from the inside out, and it never makes you feel good. And so what God is saying is, I want my people not to have any anger towards each other. And this is kind of where the Ten Commandments takes a turn, where you're looking at, I'm the Lord your God, don't have any other gods before me, don't make any idols, all this stuff. It's about respect me, because I'm God and I'm making provisions for you. Now God turns and says, I want you to respect others. Don't murder, which means respect their bodies. Don't murder, respect their beings, because they are sons or daughters of God. In fact, that brings us to the next one, which is verse 14 that says, you shall not commit adultery. Now, most of us know this is pretty simple. Just don't sleep with another man's wife. Yeah, when you dumb it down like that, that's exactly what that means. But Jesus says, if you look in Matthew chapter 5 through 7, yet again, He's speaking to these thousands of people, and He says, adultery, you've heard it said, do not commit adultery, but I tell you, a man who looks at a woman lustfully has committed adultery with her in his heart. Again, Jesus introduces these thought police, and He says, look, I'm telling you, I don't even want you to think bad things, because they're my children. They're sons and daughters of God. So the next time that you guys go on the net, or the next time you guys watch movies, or the next time you guys watch your reality TV shows, and scenes get hot, or scenes get heavy, and sexual things start coming up, you need to stop and say, whoa. These people, no matter how screwed up they are sons and daughters of God. I can't watch this because this isn't right. And in fact, if you look at the research that's been done today, 8 out of 10 males by the age of 15 have been subjected to some kind of pornography, and 6 out of 10 females have been subjected to some kind of pornography by the age of 15. By the age of 15. And many of them are addicted. But remember the next time you're looking at that stuff and go, you know what? It's a son or a daughter of God. I can't do that. I can't look at that. I can't think these thoughts because they're a son or a daughter of God. Also it says you shall not steal. Okay? This means you respect other people's stuff. You respect it enough because number one, you know God's going to provide all your needs, and number two, you know that it's their stuff. So the next time you punk somebody or the next time you prank somebody, I want the thought to run through your mind, am I respecting their stuff? Because the answer is going to be no. Really think about this, because do not steal means God is going to provide everything that you need, so why steal? You don't need to steal to get what you want, okay? What you think you need is what you want. Don't confuse the two. All of America is just giving itself the shaft because it is trying to convince itself that its wants are its needs. We need money. We need the biggest. We need the best. No, we don't. We need to survive. And God has promised that we will survive and He will take care of us. If we're faithful to Him, He'll be faithful to us. So don't steal. Respect other people's stuff. It's pretty much simple. Now, when you dumb it down and when you water it down to saying, okay, I won't kill anybody and I won't steal their junk and I won't sleep with their wife, you know, when you make it that idiotic, yeah, it's going to seem pretty shallow. But when you take it to the next level like Jesus did in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 through 7, it really makes Christianity stand out. I want you guys to take the challenge yet again. I want you guys to start reading the Ten Commandments. I want you to read your Bibles. And if you want to do some further study on this, and you want to listen to a better fleshed out, like I said, Alpharetta, Georgia, North Point Community Church, Andy Stanley, the sermon series and podcast is called The Sinai Code. Until next time, it's Jake Huber. We'll catch you later. Bye.